Peace, folk. Welcome back to another edition of the Proper Thought Series right here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why your black asses are here. Now, I'm pretty sure that many of you were here when I did the interview with Brother Ramil concerning the purchase of his YouTube page. Full disclosure, I had gotten in contact with Brother Curlin and Lady Danielle concerning this, hoping to get the first scoop on it. But a few people beat me to it, and that really sucked. But they did agree to come in here tonight, and we're gonna be running a tight ship tonight, folks. I'm not putting up with no disrespectful shit. I'm not putting up with no BS. None of that. All right. I've gotten in contact with some of my moderators, and they know what the deal is. And hopefully, they do what they're supposed to do. All right. Hopefully they do what they're supposed to do. And we're going to have a good show tonight. And we ain't putting up with no BS. So let's get at it. What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? About that? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? About that? What about
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this?
What about this?
What about that? What about
What
that?
about
What about
that?
that? What about that? What about that?
And P spoke. Welcome back to another edition of the Proper Thought series. I already introduced myself, so I won't do that. Tonight though, very special show tonight. Brother Curlin is here, and also Lady Danielle. And I'm sure, like I said at the top of the show, I'm sure everyone's aware of the recent purchase of the Ramil Lamir YouTube page. If you were here a few nights back, Brother Ramil was here, and so was Lady Danielle. But tonight, we also have Brother Curlin waiting in the green room. So we're going to get into it, man. Because we heard a little from Lady Danielle about the purchase of the channel and whatnot. But I'm going to ask some different questions tonight, and I also get to talk to Brother Curlin as well. So this should be a good one, folks. But always, I always start the stream off with thanking you, good folk, for your likes, your shares, your views, your subs, and of course, your hard-earned pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces, because I realize you don't have to do it. You don't have to watch these damn videos. You don't have to show up to these streams. You don't have to share them. You don't have to sub to this channel. And you definitely don't have to drop your hard-earned coins on this platform. But you good folks choose to do so. Night after night, week after week, you are here. I don't take you lightly. I never have, and I never will. You got my word on that. I am honored, grateful, appreciative. I'm humbled by it. And I want you to know, man, that I'm thankful for all you good folks. And that's for the good folks who hang out there and the good folks who hang out up in here. All right. All right. So let's get at it. I see the guests of honor have arrived. But before we go into it, I just want to lay it down just a little. Just a little. Now, we know that recently our brother Ramil Lamir here sold his channel, and it has some people upset. Some people are happy. Some people are having conniptions, and some people just don't give a shit. And our buyers are none other than Brother Curlin here and Lady Danielle. Now, tonight's going to be different from a few nights ago, because I'm just going to have Brother Curlin up here and Lady Danielle. There's not going to be no arguing, no fighting, none of that. I'm going to talk to them, find out some things that you may not have heard already. And if they have enough time, we will take some questions. But we're not bringing anybody up. All right. Not bringing anybody up. And if you do have questions, y'all know how we do it here. Just like debate night, they will be super chatted, or I will not read them. I figure that way we can have zero verbal altercations and keep the questions to a minimum. All right. All right. So, without further delay, the guests of honor are here. Brother Curlin and Lady Danielle. What's good? Brother Curlin, Lady Danielle, what's good with it, man?
Brother X, how's it doing? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm well, man. First and foremost, thank you for agreeing to do this. Full disclosure, I had hit Brother Curlin and Lady Danielle up when I first heard about the takeover, but I was scooped by multiple people. So fuck. But I'm glad y'all here, man. I am. So let's get right into it, right? Now, the channel has been sold. Lady Danielle has it. She told us why, because Lady Danielle was here a few nights ago, I should say. And now she has it. So we're on to the next step. I noticed that because I looked tonight and I see that the name has been changed. It's now Tough Talk. So I'm guessing there's going to be some tough talk on this channel. So why Tough Talk? Let's start there.
The people that we have coming on board are pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hasn't been revealed yet for who's all joining us in that venture. But we have some people that are pretty straightforward. They don't really hold any punches, and we didn't. We wanted to be able to have a real honest conversations, and really be able to have an impact. So we came up with Tough Talk TV.
Yeah, some are here on YouTube, some aren't. So that's another treat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Brother Curlin, because no one's really asked you anything. You must have been from, according to Lady Danielle, when she was here a few nights ago, she said that you weren't really that into this idea in the beginning, correct?
Right, because it was just, ooh, a channel. Can I have it? And I was like, for what? No. For what? And then, a day or two passed by and, she kind of spitballed a small idea and was like, can I have it? And I was like, no, for what? A couple of days later, she came back with her Shark Tank pitch and laid it all out. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I understand the reason why. You actually have a real purpose for wanting this. And contrary to popular belief, we're actually going to put something together, and it's going to be dope. It's going to be dope.
So did it take a lot, Lady Danielle, to beat the brother in the head and say, hubby, let me get this right here?
I would say more than usual. More than usual. Because I don't often come with a whole lot, especially with what we thought the channel was going to go for. So it took like way more trying to persuade. Usually I don't really ask for a whole lot, so this time was like, wait a minute, like that's gonna be a lot of money. And then what the channel had going on, it was initially he would have thought of it as a bad investment initially.
Yeah, I needed to know it had a purpose.
Okay.
That was basically it.
So I'm assuming are you going to be a contributor on this channel, Brother Curlin?
Probably on the back end.
Okay, like executive producer or something like that, right?
Well, laying out the, the getting some consulting with the imaging and the SEO, all the videography and tags and all of that YouTube type stuff,
Okay. And shout out to Brother Zero with the early coin drop. I don't have to read it. All I have to do is play it. I appreciate you dropping your hard-earned coins on this platform. You left out one of the Echo urns, Brother Zero, but I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that $5 super chat, Brother Zero. So I want to ask you, I'll probably ask you more questions tonight than I will Lady Danielle, because Lady Danielle was here and she laid most of it out.
Right.
as everyone knows, that you two are a couple. If they don't, I don't know where they've been. I think I got the scoop on the nuptials. I do believe I got the scoop on that. Uh, you being her husband and purchasing this for her, I mean, a lot has been said about you, brother. Like, oh, the usual stuff. He's a simp. She, convinced him to do it, and he's helping her. Slap the face of the spear, etc., etc. Along with all the things that you've been called since you and Lady Danielle, tied the knot. So, what say you, brother Curlin, about all of this kerfuffle about you?
It's it. I'm used to it. I was picked on a lot when I was growing up, so it's nothing new. It takes a lot to get under my skin, but typically once I'm there, then it goes physical. And since you can't touch nobody on YouTube, I just kind of put it out of my mind and keep a distance. The other thing is, people tend to have a problem with me, but no one ever steps to me outside of a chat box.
Mm.
No one has ever hit me up and was like, "Yo, can we chop this up and see what's going on?" It's wild. It's wild. It, like I said, it never comes outside of a chat box, so I don't really sweat it.
So, does it bother you, brother Curlin, to have Lady Danielle? Because you know how this YouTube stuff is, man.
Mm-hmm.
And does it bother you to have, Lady Danielle, be called with hoes and bitches and this and that and all this kind of nonsense? Does that get under your skin, or has it started to?
On occasion, but for the most part, no. And number one, because they wouldn't do it face to face. I always say like this: if you put all of us in a real live conference room, what would they say or do? And I guarantee you the majority of people wouldn't say or do half of the shit that they do in the chat box.
Yeah, you already know what that is.
Right, because face to face, there could be real live consequences, and, everybody's behind a keyboard and a screen here on YouTube, but more or less, it's just some bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. Um, so let's talk a little more about the channel. Is it going to be a quote unquote red space or a quote unquote red pill space? Well, let me back up. Lady Danielle, do you consider yourself a red pill female in the YouTube circle of influence?
Now, what I would consider myself, I actually would consider myself black pill, but for the purpose of the space, I would say that I would fall under purple pill because I am married.
Okay. So is the channel going to now become purple? Is it going to be a purple channel?
Um, that really hasn't been determined yet. Because and I'm trying to take an inventory of the people we have coming on. I would probably say it would probably be more so purple than anything.
I think it's going to vary by topic.
Yeah, but I guess.
Knowing the personalities, I think it's going
Yeah.
to vary by topic. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So you consider yourself a purple pill girl now, because you're married to the brother Curlin. Were you a red pill a gal before brother Curlin?
I would say yes. I think I adopted to a lot of the ideologies. I think I agreed with a lot of red pill talking points. I would say, yeah, I would have considered myself red pill at some point.
Okay, so you've been transformed and they have collided and now you are purple. Because it's weird, right? When people talk about these these pills, because it's it kind of comes from the Matrix. And if you take the blue pill, you're in the fake world. If you take the red pill, you're in the real world. But it's strange to me, because when you look at those Matrix movies, and you run them alongside the so-called media version of red pill and blue pill, which usually consists of how we deal with women. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, when it comes to this whole red pill thing and blue pill thing, it's kind of how we deal with women. But the Matrix, there, that wasn't the preface of those movies, of dealing with women or not. It was like dealing with the real world and the fake world. And it's ironic, because when you think about it, this YouTube shit is the Matrix. This ain't the real world, Negroes. This is the goddamn Matrix. If you really look at it, this is the Matrix. Because people can come here, be whatever they want. They have superpowers. They can fly. They're astronauts. Everybody's a millionaire. Everybody on here rich. All that kind of stuff. So this is more like the Matrix than anything else. But when we talk about these excuse me, when we talk about these pills, why do you think that the whole the red pill thing is, why do you think that is more prominent, when it comes to, these kind of spaces, these kind of channels? Why do you think it's more prominent? And do you see yourself kind of coming up against that in the days to come? I know that's a layered question, but
All right, whose answer you want first?
whoever, go, you got it.
All right. When it comes to the space and the whole ideology, personally, I believe that a lot of guys have found themselves here because of some dealings with some woman in their life at some point. It could have started when they were young. It could have been a recent breakup or a string of, incidents with women that they've come across. And in a lot of cases, they're trying to figure out why and what the hell happened. And I say that because I was one of those guys at first. You you have to really pull back and take inventory of not only the social structures and everything, but the people dynamics. That's really where, personally, I believe that a lot of the guys are lacking, is understanding people. And that's where the red pill, blue pill thing comes in. If you're red pill, you're more accepting of how a person is more prone to behave, and you will accept it at face value for what it is and not really expect anything different. You'll understand exactly how you need to move to counter or just pull yourself out of that situation altogether. Whereas blue pill, you're still trying to understand why they are doing something, instead of just being like, okay, that's what they're on, I'm out. You see what I mean?
I think that red pill is more prominent in these spaces because everybody has kind of lived a blue pill life. And so then, as opposed to purple pill or everything being balanced, I think men feel like they've been taken advantage under certain programs. So with blue pill, you're kind of under the guise of everything is perfect, or you're kind of in a fantasy world. You haven't accepted reality. I think a lot of fellas here try to drive home the understanding of people's nature and how the world really is versus how we've been taught, the concepts we've been taught. So that's why I think red pill is really prominent.
Well, you hear so much stuff, on on YouTube, and everywhere else on media, but we are on YouTube right now. And a lot of the stuff you hear is just total the BS. I mean, let's be honest. They're like, and I've said this many times before. I mean, like 85% of this stuff is just crap. It's just entertainment. It's just, you can look at it and you're entertained by, folks that you see, and, you're entertained by the content, or that kind of stuff. Only about 15% of this stuff is like actually useful. You can get on here and, learn how to change the oil in your car, unclog your sink, or, build a greenhouse, that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And, you know, you would think that in that context, with so much of it just being entertainment, I know it's hard for me, to take a lot of it seriously. I mean, you got to kind of fish through it a little bit. So what keeps your uh newly acquired channel from falling into, the just entertainment realm? What's going to keep that from happening?
Um, Initially, when I started the breakdown, nobody really took us serious. You had a lot of people. Well, you should start a channel. Start a channel. Um, Keep in mind, we had a lot of BS that happened on our channel. A lot of fun stuff that happened on our channel. But within that, we've been able to foster some really, really good conversations. I think we've managed to teeter a fine line between balance and actually having deep conversations that actually impact people. I think that I will be able to duplicate that aspect on this new show with some other people. I'm not gonna say that Concrete and I are necessarily stunted, but just to do something different and to bring in some other people and to foster some new conversations. I think it would be interesting. It's kind of like wrapping the medicine in candy to a certain degree. So I think there are going to be some aspects that are entertainment, and then you're going to have some aspect where it's impactful.
Hmm. So, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the breakdown with you and Lady Concrete. Uh, is this the breakdown 2.0?
No, Concrete and I have a very unique channel. I think it's probably one of the most unique channels within the space, being that it's two female content creators, and we've been doing it consistently for about 2 years now. Actually, we just had our 2 year anniversary. So I think we have something different than most channels here. We've had some unique content. Yeah, so I think there's room for separation. I think there's room for separation there.
So, do you foresee some of your breakdown traffic kind of integrating over into the Tough Talk channel?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm. Um, since you've acquired the channel, um, how has it been? Have you lost a lot of subscribers? Have you gained some? I mean, what's the ebb and flow of the channel since you and Brother Curlin bought it?
At the start of the channel, we were at 7,838 subscribers. As of today, we are at 7,210 subscribers.
Hmm. Uh, well, let me ask you this: do you think you're going to maintain the core audience of that channel? Will you be able to maintain it? I mean, of course you lose some folk, but will you be able to maintain like the core audience? The bulk of them.
Um, I'm not gonna say that I would be able to maintain because we're not Ramil. Ramil built that channel from the ground up. Now, while we did purchase it, and we purchased it for the reasons that we purchased it for, not only do I think we'll be able to retain some, I think we'll gain a new following. It's not going to just be me and me and Jessica X doing this channel. There'll be some other people who's also involved. So I think it'll be better than ever before.
Oh, so that's official. It's you and Lady Jessica going to be the main folk on the new channel, the Tough Talk channel.
Well, I won't say the main, but yeah, we're there.
It's gonna be a handful of personalities.
Right.
Oh, so is it going to be one of those channels that you'll have people like Lady Jessica and others, some very familiar names coming through, you know.
Some will be familiar, some won't. We are recruiting people from other spaces. Like we have a guy coming in from Instagram. We just some some people will be recognizable. Others, you may not be as familiar with.
Is it going to be one of those setups like like Anton Daniels and the LaPeep show, and is it going to be like that kind of thing, four girls, four guys, three girls, three guys, that kind of thing?
No, we're gonna be better than that.
Touche, touche, hey, Lady Danielle. Okay, so the channel is a popular channel because Brother Ramil, everybody knows who he is, well respected in the space. Who do you think your projected audience is going to be? The age groups, obviously, because you're on there, it's probably going to be quite a few women will be there. But who is your projected audience?
I think we're going to have an audience from all around. When we were deciding on people to be featured on the channel, we wanted people from different walks of life. We didn't want to have the same views from everybody. And being able to expose different mindsets, different thought processes. You got a pick me, you got a hood chick, you got somebody that's older, you got somebody that's younger. We wanted to be able to kind of encapsulate a little bit of everybody. So the people that we picked out also come with their own audiences in tow. So we don't really we're that's a hard prediction to come by.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a mixture. I think some of the people that unsubscribe, if they don't resubscribe, they'll probably hate watch from the clouds, just to see what goes on with it, what happens with it. But who knows that they may be like, oh, okay, this ain't so bad, and subscribe anyway. But you never know. YouTube is a funny place, man.
Yes, it is. Told you this is the damn Matrix. Goddamn. This is the Matrix. Well, let me ask you, Brother Curlin. Would you had back buying this channel? That Lady Danielle wanted. Would you had back buying it if the channel was less popular?
It depends on the base, and what the stats were. Like if it were somebody else's channel that was doing pretty well in a different space, but it had close to around the same number of subscribers, and with the pitch that she made to me, I felt like she could turn it around or take it in a different direction, then yeah, it would have been a buy.
Okay. Would you have bought it if it was more? What if he wanted $5,000 for it? Would you have still bought it for her?
That would have been pushing it.
Wait a minute, woman. Spending out $5,000 on that. So, I mean, obviously, for you, Lady Danielle, you and Brother Curlin, it was a good deal for you.
Absolutely.
That is a very good deal. Because me personally, I think the channel was probably worth way more. Brother Ramil just was tired of it, so you got a good deal. So, I mean, going forward, because I know now Brother Ramil's channel is not monetized, but eventually that's going to come back, right?
Absolutely.
So you guys must have bought the whole kit and caboodle, right? You basically bought his whole Google access and AdSense, right? I mean, like all of it's yours, right? You bought it all, or you just bought part? You bought it all?
Bought it all.
All of it.
Bought it all.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you have this real estate, you've planted your flag. Will you be considering yourself still part of said space, whatever that space is? Do you consider yourself part of that space now, or were you before?
Absolutely. I and Concrete's channel are one of the only three channels that have women that are considered part of the manosphere space. We will still be maintaining the breakdown also while doing this channel as well as my own personal channel. But yes, I would consider myself still a part of the space.
And when you came on the scene, you know what I'm about to ask now. When you came on the scene, and you know how it was. Brothers was like, "Oh man, we shouldn't have women over here. They shouldn't be talking. And all this kind of stuff." Did that deter you from remaining? Because YouTube is a rough place, boy. You're around these brothers. Did that never deterred you? You were never like, damn, I can't be around these Negroes.
I would say if you can make it on in this space, you can make it anywhere in the world. Um, this is actually a really, really rough space. You'll go through things, but I do believe in building solid, strong foundations. And if you run into this space, will teach you a lot. It'll teach you a lot about people. You'll learn a lot about how to move. It'll teach you a lot about yourself and what you're capable of. It'll teach you where you may be weak at. And yeah, I just feel like if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. We've had some great people who actually rose up out of the space, who actually made something of it. I think that with me and the people that we have coming on, I think we have a formula for that. So I'm looking. I think there's big things to come.
Mm. So what made you go from, just, ribbing Negroes in the chat? Because I remember those days. You was ribbing Negroes in the chat. What made you go from that to saying, okay, I'm going to, be a person that's going to make material in this space? What brought that on?
Well, I would say that I had a reputation for trolling back on Facebook. I'm really able to generate a conversation. I think I have a knack for generating a conversation and making people talk to me. And then not only just making people talk to me, but kind of getting down to the middle of stuff and getting down to the nitty gritty of things. Yeah, so I thought when I went on a couple of shows, and I used to clown pretty hard back in the day, and everybody would tell me, you should start a YouTube channel. When are you starting your YouTube channel? And yeah, I came across Concrete Rose, and the rest is history.
Yeah, even on Facebook, she has a way of phrasing a question to make you say, well, damn, I didn't really think about it like that, but yeah, okay,
So,
I mean, because that's how when we met on Facebook. That's kind of how it all started with the two of us.
Yeah.
I'd be like, look at my little grenade tosser over there. She toss out a question and then have people all up in arms. But they will be talking. That's the thing. They will be talking.
So is she like this? Is she like this at the crib, Brother Curlin? Is it the
Not at
same?
all.
Is it the same
Not at all.
YouTube personality at the crib?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. It's we have a lot of fun. Like we're easygoing. We're laid back. We just like to sit on our back porch and sip John Daly's and watch the deer run by, you know,
Like old folks.
like old folks.
Hey man, don't knock it till you tried it, boy. That
I'm
Hey,
old folk
saying.
stuff.
we right there. We right
Yeah,
there.
that old
Like,
folk stuff, boy. Because me and my wife, we do the same shit. We sit on the deck, you know. I sit back there, you know, and she talk crap about my cigar smoke and all that kind of stuff. But somehow she never leaves. It never bothers her enough when she goes in the house. So,
yeah,
you know,
it's a beautiful thing.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. But let me say this because you know you've heard it. I know I've heard it for years. I've been on YouTube for I don't know 5-6 years, something like that. And you know, you hear people say, you know, oh man, women in the space, women in the space. But what people forget is that women have been around this space for a while. BGS for women, anyone. Even I had a show back in 2017, 2018, where I didn't I collaborated with not one, not two, not three, but four women. I did a show every week called the Unicorn 4 series years ago. All right. Sometimes I would have 5 of them on there years ago. So women have been around the space for a while. So do you think it's about, do you think it's really about women being in or around the space? Or do you think that it's about women coming into space and actually making a mark? And most importantly, making money.
I would say it's more so the second one than the first one. People always forget that YouTube is a public space. There's no way to put a lock and key on anything. You can usher people up out of your chat, but you can't stop them from listening. You know, until you put it behind some kind of paywall, or you have some kind of way to only allow, you know, certain people through, kind of like going to the club. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have a way to that say to tell the bouncer like, oh, look, only allow dudes in, then I don't think you'll ever be totally free of women coming around. Now, as far as like the content creator space, once again, YouTube is public. Anybody can make a channel, but who comes to listen? Who comes to listen will kind of dictate what algorithm you wind up falling into. So, I mean, for the guys that say they don't want women around, if they didn't listen, then that channel wouldn't be pushed up in their suggested. You know, when people talk about those content creators, it generates buzz, and the algorithm will pull all of that in together. So it's funny to for people to say one thing and then it wound up being something else.
I would say that every woman that comes in this space is not going to make it. Every man that comes in the space is not going to make it. You actually have to have some personality. You have to have something to say. If you have personality and you're well read, people will generally patronize your channel. I would say that I'm not really that well read. I do feel like I do have something to offer. I feel like I'm full of personality, but if you're not able to offer people a laugh or a story or something that they're looking for, you're not going to make it, man or woman. There have been plenty of women that have come through the space and their channels haven't gotten off the ground. Plenty. There have been plenty of men. Of course, this is a male space, so I would say have been more men than women. But the women whose channels have gotten off the ground have actually had some substance, quote unquote, to them. And whether it's them being able to make you laugh or them being able to trigger you at some point, there was something that made people gravitate to that versus others. So I don't necessarily think it's a man-woman thing, more so than I think it's
A personality thing.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really not about what you're selling. It's more about who's willing to buy it.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the nature of most things. And I think we kind of forget that. And because I've been on people's streams, and I've that question's been thrown at me like, oh, X, what do you think about women being here? And they're getting popular and they're making money, and and I'm never one to poo-poo on anybody's success, because if they're here and they're making money, I mean, you can't say too much to them about that. Your problem lies with the buyers. All right. Your problem lies with the people who support them. If they're popular, they're not popular because they got 2 people in their chat every night. They're popular because they have 2,000 people in their chat every night. So your issue would more so be with those 2,000 people than the person who's making the material themselves, whether they're male or female. Um, and I think we lose sight of that, because I say again, this is the matrix. And people think that they actually can control what goes on here, and day after day after day, they see that they cannot. All right, you can't control what people do. You can't control what they have on their channel, who they talk to, what they talk about. But for some reason, here in the old YouTube matrix, we seem to believe that all of that can happen, and we're finding out that that's just not the case. But do you two believe that, is it because it's her? Is it because it's Lady Danielle? If it was some other female, some other chick that's popular, would it be the same thing, Brother Curlin? What do you think? And then I guess you can chime in too, Lady Danielle. What do you think, brother?
I think it would be similar, but I also think that it's worse because it's her. Ever since we've announced that we were together, it's been like this constant low key dog pile, and it's funny because it'll go back and forth. Some days, particular cats will be cool, and then other days it's like rah, and you like, what side of the bed did you wake up on this morning, But yeah, it's funny. It's funny to watch. Say for instance, if it was Concrete that bought it, I think it probably would have been the same thing, but just a little bit smoother, so to speak. But there still would have been 3-4 days worth of YouTube news about it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know who's another woman that floats around.
I don't know.
Just throw a name out.
I mean, the fact that because I am an antagonist to a certain degree, but I come when I'm called. If I come into a space and you don't know me, but then you're calling me out my name, you don't know anything about me, and then I'm very honest. I'm very honest about who I am. I don't really sugarcoat a lot. So if I come in and I'm very honest and I say, okay, well, I was a baby mama. Oh, well, she's a baby mama and she's a B and she's this, that, and the third. Ah, she's a baby mama and he wifed up a baby mama. And it's like heads exploding. But then it's like, okay, and I can sit here and accept responsibility and accountability for that choice. If I sit up here and say, okay, well, yeah, I gave my baby daddy some hell. Like I was not the best person with him. Oh, well, she's a stag. You heard what she said about her baby daddy. La da 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 da. We know. Oh, she's crazy. She bad. And it's like, people will turn you into this supervillain when you actually respond back. Now, there have been people who's come for us from the door. Literally just coming into the space and saying, "Hi, hey, everybody." And you have people who, like I said, don't know me, has never had a conversation with me. You're calling me all kinds of names, very disrespectful for no reason. And it's like, okay, so you're in a male space, so relax, chill out, breathe, whatever. Um, but at the same time, it gets to be a little tiresome, and then you think, but like, okay, how much of this should be tolerated? And then you say, okay, well, you're in a male space. If I go to your channel and your channel was quote unquote co-ed, and you invite me up to your panel, and I come up to your panel, I'm an entertaining person. Like, I'm a very entertaining person. I like to have a good time. People have made money off of me being entertaining. They've been able to make money off of my persona. They've made a lot of content off my persona. So then when it's like that and you still come with the disrespect, and I'm saying, okay, well, you invited me over here, you allowed me over here, so then if I retaliate, this is what you invited into, you invited me here. So I would say that sometimes I will respond back. I will give them a little ribbing. I feel like if they think that I can take it, I feel like they should also be able to take what they dish out.
Well, I know a lot of people, from what I heard, a lot of the brothers, they feel betrayed, by Brother Ramil because he dropped the channel and he sold it to you and all that kind of stuff. Do you think, Lady Danielle, that some of the women feel betrayed because you went and bought a house in a neighborhood that they don't like to be in?
You know what? The women were surprisingly, and it was overwhelming because I don't know. I didn't think about it when we acquired the channel. I didn't think about it at all. I just didn't think about it. But when I went through the comment section after the troll video, it was full of women being very supportive. When I've gone into other spaces, women have been really, really, really supportive. Some guys too. I'm not gonna say that some men haven't been supportive, but there were some women that were really supportive. Oh wow.
Is this going to be a bridge builder? Because we got this thing on YouTube. It's like men v women and women v men and all this kind of stuff. Do you see the new channel becoming somewhat of a bridge builder?
With the personalities that we have our eye on, it could possibly turn into that. YouTube is unpredictable though, so it's hard to say whether it's going to go in that direction or another. So
would you mind it becoming a bridge builder? Would you care if your content was, kind of, I don't know, I guess brought people together?
Um, so I would say that I'm pro black to a certain degree. Yes, I would love to see people get together and have a good time and be able to enjoy each other and have fun, but also have serious conversations without a whole lot of disrespect. I would love to see that happen. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know, because it kind of sounds like a loaded question. So I'm like, I would love to see people get together and be able to enjoy themselves. And it's always a great thing for me if I'm able to entertain somebody. If I'm able to entertain somebody and you get some enjoyment off the things that I provided, I love that.
So you're a self-proclaimed pro-black, black power, ungawa. Are you a self-proclaimed pro-black, Brother Curly?
Going by the definition that I think of when someone says pro-black, I would say no. I'm not one of those people that would that revel in seeing black people lose. I like to see us win, but I wouldn't put us like way above anyone else. At the end of the day, what I've come to realize is that you need people from all walks of life to win. Not everyone is going to have the one answer for whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Like in my personal life, I had more people that weren't us put me on than I have people that were me. it really just depends on what you're getting into and what field you're in and what kind of work it is. So
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
hmm
I mean, it's I know, coming along, I can't look up and say, well, only black people, contributed to the things I needed to do, because that would be a damn lie. Um, yeah, that'd be a damn lie. Uh, because it's like this, right? I mean, you want to do things with and for black folk, but let's be honest, all black folk ain't good black folk, and all black folk ain't worthy black folk. That's just the truth. Now, people don't like you to say that because they say, oh, this person's black. He might have shot 5 people and, decapitated the mailman, but, he's still a black person, so we still got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Me, I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. Um, and there's a lot of people on YouTube who try to hold you to that standard. I mean, do you think that you will be held to that particular standard, with this new channel, or will people not care?
I don't think people will care. Because and it really just depends on what you're talking about. When it comes down to love situations, I'm not a one to dictate to anybody who they should and should not be with. There were guys that I went to school with that women would not absolutely take a second look at. But if another race of women gave them some play, then it is what it is. But I'm not a one to tell you who you should date. Now, would I prefer to see black people together? I would prefer it. I would prefer it over anything. But if guys weren't able to get the women that they wanted within their own race, and they actually wanted something different, or the something different actually came after them and was nice to them and treated them like human beings and was respectful and kind, then who am I to stand in the way of you being happy, or you fulfilling that need inside of you? It didn't have anything to do with me.
So, white folk gonna be welcome on the channel. Asian folk, Latino folk gonna be welcome on the new channel.
Sure.
You're gonna get some heat for that one. Trust me. You get
They'll
some
be
heat for
okay.
that one.
they'll live.
Got them white people up there.
Now, I'm saying this. I wouldn't have a problem with it. It hasn't been really discussed with my cohorts, but I'm sure they wouldn't have an issue with it either.
So, if so I guess I'm assuming you're going to be doing interviews. Is it going to be like a roundtable type? I know I'm trying to dig into the secrets, because that's what this "What About" series is. We try to tell the secrets. Is it going to be a round table? Is it going to be a panel discussion, interviews, or all of that?
Those things haven't really been put into play just yet. I'm sure there will be. We're developing concepts right now, so it's a lot of things are up in the air. Is basically the only thing I can say and be truthful about. A lot of things are up in the air. I'm sure it's going to be interesting, though. It's some really interesting people. I think it's going to be. If I say something's going to be good, it's probably going to be good. I be knowing. So,
The format is still like a pretty rough idea, but I believe that rough idea will kind of come to fruition. So there's still room for modification and change, but yeah,
right.
I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work.
So when is the official launch? Like, where you actually do a show as the new channel. I don't mean, slapping the spear in the face, saying, look, y'all, I got this channel. I'm talking about, when is the official launch? Is there a date set for that?
In the very near future, I don't want to put out one thing and then that doesn't come into fruition. But we will definitely be making announcements. So if you have not subscribed to Tough Talk TV, be sure to subscribe. It's gonna be popping. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, the troll what was a one and done, and
Yeah,
now it's all business. So
exactly.
Okay. Okay. And if you're already subscribed to Brother Ramil's channel, folk, I mean, you're automatically subscribed to this channel. I mean, it's just going to show up as I just looked at it a little while ago. It's just going to show up as Tough Talk. So, if you remain subscribed to Brother Ramil's channel, it's just going to show up it's going to show up on your YouTube page as a subscription, and it's just going to have a different name because that's kind of how it works, Negroes. Because I'm still subscribed because I was subscribed to Brother Ramil's. I haven't unsubscribed yet. I'm giving Lady
Yay!
Danielle the opportunity to show me something. I want to see, what shows up, in my ticker, in my feed. I want to see what y'all talking about, before I just jump up and be like, I'm unsubscribing, because that has kind of been oh man, I'm unsubscribing. But I'm kind of with Brother Ramil on it that the rank and file people who say that are really going to stay. I don't think that there's going to be this mass exodus. I just don't see that. It sounds good, to write it in somebody's chat room, to make them think, that you're very anti this and anti that. But I think that the majority of people are going to stay. I just believe that they're probably more like me. They're kind of just waiting to see what's going to happen, and then of course you got the people, who live in this matrix, they just on YouTube 15 hours a day, that can't believe it. They probably keep checking, to see if it's going to go back to Ramil's channel, because, they on YouTube all day in they freaking underwear, sitting on their bed next to grandma's boiler in the freaking basement. So Brother Curlin, do you see people trying to, I guess, quote unquote, get in? And what I mean when I say get in, try to get in on the popularity of the channel. Once you and Lady Danielle have it running, are people going to try to kind of feed off of it now that it is Lady Danielle's channel? Do you see that coming?
oh, absolutely. I mean, they did it with the breakdown. So it's one of those things where we already kind of expect reaction videos because that's kind of what people do these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, like she said earlier, they've taken shows and made whole shows off of their shows just because they disagree with a couple of lines that somebody said, or a couple of lines that she said, or something that Concrete said, or whatever the hell it was. So yeah, I expect that to take place. I really don't see it going any other way, and it's primarily because it's them, to be honest.
So was it a jump up reaction? Was it like, did Lady Danielle come to you and was like, oh, come on, hubby, I need to buy this, and you like bought it 5 minutes later? Or did y'all kind of sit down and be like, look here, we gonna buy this and this better work? Or I mean, how did that go?
Well, I know who she is as a personality, and especially as an online personality. And like I said, that third time when she made the whole Shark Tank pitch, I was like, okay, now I see your vision for this. Now we can talk some numbers. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like the two tries before, it was just can I buy the channel? And I didn't know what it was gonna be for, what it was about, what the use was gonna be. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, now that like I said, it actually has a specific purpose, and I guess goal would be the right word, a vision, No,
So,
I'm all the way down.
so
12
did
toes. So
so did you know he was going to say yes, Lady Danielle? Did you know you was like, I got him. He gonna say yeah once I tell him, X, Y, and Z. He gonna say yeah.
No, this is the thing with curling, and people always seem to think that I'm just, I guess from my online persona, I guess I get why, but curling runs a tight ship, so it's not like I'm running amok and I'm just I'm I'm able to come on YouTube and get it off, and then I have to act like I got some sense when I get back in the house. So when he says no about something, he usually means exactly what he says. I only pushed the issue this time because I felt like this was something big and it would be a really, really, really good way to launch that new channel. So, I just felt like it would be a really good way to get this new channel out there. But generally, when he says no, he means no. He's not gonna budge. You ain't gonna be able to convince him. I can't cry my way through it. I could have fixed 1,000 meals. Did the womanly, wifely thing. Curlin is when he says what he means what he says. So it's not like you can't convince him of anything. And I had to work my ass off. T.P.O.T. He really. Ooh, we.
it was funny because when she asked the third time, I kind of looked and she was like, "Oh, yeah, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out."
So the bottom line is the bottom line is that Brother Curly is no simp.
I don't know. you.
Contrary to popular belief.
This is the thing. Curlin knows who I am online, and I do have a online persona, but Curlin does not play offline. We don't. We don't. It would probably surprise people if they got a chance to be a fly on the wall at our house, but I don't know. It's funny because it's like she's running around there and she just telling them what to do and she's spending all the money and she just crazy and she burning the spaghetti too. Like, man, cook better than your mama and your grandma. Listen, they are hilarious.
That's a thing though, right? People, they see you on YouTube and they automatically think they know your whole damn life because they done saw you on a live stream or two.
Right.
Yeah, they saw you on a live stream. They know your whole life. They know what you do when you're home. They know what kind of coffee you drink, and they know what size shoes you wear. Because they see you, on live streams.
Mm-hmm.
Does it ever get to you? Because Brother Curlin said it doesn't really get to him all that much. But does it ever get to you? Lady Danielle, the whole YouTube thing. Like, does it ever bother you? Do you ever leave off of someone's stream or off of, the breakdown, you and Lady Concrete? Do you ever leave off of there and just be like, and just like go outside and punch a tree?
I would say, and I'm probably like one of those people with like multiple personality disorders. I will get on here and curse somebody out, and then I will go and fix my husband dinner, and we will have the best time. Or I will get off a stream and go put my kids to bed and read my kids a story. I do now. I'm not gonna say that it's always been like that, but I really, really do a good job in separating YouTube life from what we actually have going on in our real life. Because if I were to bring that into our household, I think it would be very disruptive. The energy that I exude on here is very disruptive energy. And like I said, Curlin does not go. Curlin doesn't play those type of games. So, yeah, I can be mad about something, but me and Curlin are gonna sit down and fix us a drink. I'm gonna fix him a drink. We're going to sit there and we'll talk about a lot of stuff and laugh. And did you see such and such in the chat when they was talking about whatever, whatever? And how they talking about this? And, you know, it's kind of like when a woman comes home from work and she's got the story about all her coworkers and everything. And the husband is just like, yeah, I seen that. Yeah, she ain't shit either. You know, and we'll sit there and laugh about it. But it's nothing too deep. You know, most people won't be able to see what you have going on in real life. And to be honest, I think we have a formula. I think we really have a formula.
So I'm gonna ask you two questions, Lady Danielle. The first one is, what happens if the platform blows up? Like, you know, it blows up 50,000, 100,000 subscribers. You got the check mark. What happens?
As far as what?
Like, you know, is that the goal? Let me back it up. Is that the goal? Like, is the goal to, you know, get it to, you know, 100,000, 200,000, 500,000? I mean, is that the goal?
No, the goal is to get to 50 million. The goal is to be receiving a $17.3 million check. That's the number that keeps popping up in my head. $17.3 million. That's the goal. I think that, you know, and you have to believe in yourself. You have to have a vision for you. The goal is to really do something with myself beyond this, and to boost the other people that I'm with beyond that. I think that's the goal.
So let me ask you the next question. What happens if the channel fails? What if it fails?
I'm not worried about it. I'm a person that's taken losses before. One loss doesn't stop anything. You know, you take a loss, you get up. Life doesn't end because you've taken an L. Maybe you try one thing. If that doesn't work out, you try something else.
You mean to tell me life doesn't begin and end with YouTube?
Why, no, it doesn't.
But no, like real talk, it's just like anything else in life. If you feel like something, you take your lessons and you get back at it with what you learned.
I've learned way more from failure than I've learned from winning ever. So I don't feel like I'm a person that's going to lose regardless. If this doesn't blow up, it'll be something that I learned, and that's something that I can take with me. I don't believe in losing.
Well, you know, both of you know there's been a lot of resistance, you know, to it, and also some, you know, adulation over it. I know I asked you before, you know, did you think a lot of the resistance came because it was you? But do you think the resistance would be as much if you weren't Curlin's wife, if you were just, you know, Lady Danielle, you know, on a platform? Do you think the resistance would be a little lesser? Does Brother Curlin play a part in what you see or what you don't see as far as, you know, material creation and buying the channel?
No, I actually think Curlin gives me some validity. Curlin validates me as a wife. Being that Curlin was present within these spaces prior to our relationship and prior to our marriage, and then I was able to come into the space, and we got married a while after I was in the space. I think that it absolutely validates me. It validates who I am as a woman, because it's not like Curlin's a pushover or like I was just able to woe him with my feminine wiles, or he didn't understand anything about female nature, or I wasn't the person that I was supposed to be to him, or, you know, the person I'm supposed to be to him. So I think that it absolutely does validate me to a certain degree.
Well, Brother Curlin, do you what do you think about that? Because, you know, you've seen many hashtags in brothers chat rooms where it says hashtag free Curlin. I'm pretty sure you've seen those because I have. What do you think when when you see that kind of stuff, brother?
I just laugh and because like the running joke is I'm the most worried about cat in the manosphere, and I'm
Yes.
not really even in it. I just float on the outskirts these days. I got what, 2 hashtags? I got my own hashtags.
I don't even have a hashtag, to be
Yeah,
honest.
because brothers feel you need to be freed from Lady Danielle. I've seen people say, "Why her? Why'd you do it?
And
Why'd
I'm
you
like,
marry
why not?
her?"
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, why not? But the thing is they don't know who I know. They only know her online persona.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure you've been married for a good little while. I'm sure
yes.
you can tell that when your wife steps out in the world, she represents you, but at the same time, when she comes home, it's totally different. You know,
Hmm.
she understands the boundaries that you have in place. Like for here, she represents me, but at this point, it's like, if somebody takes a swipe at you, is gloves off. Do what you need to do. I expect for her to treat people that treat her with respect the same in kind, you know. But if they come out sideways, then it's on her.
Has Lady Danielle ever did anything online that had you like, woman, why'd you do that?
Early on,
You don't
yes,
have to say what it is, but has that
yeah.
ever happened?
Early on, yes. Early on, yes. But like we kind of reached a point to where she understood what my parameters were, and after that we haven't really had an issue since, and that was way before I even proposed. So
Mm,
yeah.
okay. So Lady Danielle, when you making your content, doing your material, are you thinking, well, let me not do this because brother Curlin won't like it? Do you have those moments? Do you catch yourself like, you know what? Let me not say this because my husband listening. So let me just not say this here.
To a certain degree, but for the most part, I actually get my permission slip signed before I go off. It'll be like you got certain people in the chat and they'll take swipes and they'll take shots and they'll take shots, and I won't say anything. I'd be like, okay, I'm not going to. You see them, right? And I'll point it out to him, and he'll say, okay, let him make it for now. Don't even worry about it. And let's say the person is continuously taking swipes at me. Look at him. Look, bang. Now you see him. So now if I get him, and so no, let him make it for right now. Let him make it. And then it'll be like something else to come about, and he'd be like, tear his head off. Give him what he campaigned for, because I see you hadn't been saying anything to him. You haven't been bothering him. When he said stuff to you, you've ignored it. You've made it a point to show it to me, and you've ignored it. And so when you get him, then you get him. And he doesn't have a problem with that.
Nope.
So that's been our method, because at first, for a while, if somebody took a shot at me, I'd shoot them back, and we'd be into it. But I have I have been trying not to engage in a lot of stuff. I haven't done a good job of it lately, but like I said, I do get triggered by a lot of things sometimes, but it's like somebody who doesn't know, hasn't really had a real conversation with you. They follow behind other content creators who used to have a problem with you, and that content creator that they were following behind doesn't even have a problem with you anymore. And so it's interesting, because it's like, well, what exactly is the problem? if you feel like I shouldn't be here, then why do you continue to, like, if I come up on a panel, why don't you just leave? You know I'm coming. You know I'm entertaining. You know people like to see me. People will say, well, I don't like this, Sister George, but they really, really come to watch. And I always find that to be fascinating, because if it were them on a panel and I didn't like them, I wouldn't care what they had to say. I wouldn't care anything about them at all. Like, I don't. And, they make sure to show up and, to let me know that they're here and they're present. And I just find it fascinating.
Do you fear that the new channel is going to suck some wind out of what you do down there with Lady Concrete? Is it going to suck some oxygen out of that platform? Because
Absolutely not. I think that channel will also do some things for the breakdown as well. I think that all of our platforms, I think it's going to help because we are bringing in new audiences. Everybody that we'll have on that channel will have a new audience, we'll have somebody to bring to the table. Everybody's bringing something to the table.
So I know you guys do a weekly down there, right? So is the new channel, is that going to be a weekly thing too, or no?
We have not.
Damn, I can't get no secrets out of you folks. The hell?
No, it's not to. It hasn't really been decided yet. It's like so many things up in the air, because everybody is a content creator in their own right. So everybody has some stuff going on. Concrete and I do a weekly show. I think
Twice a week.
Yeah, twice a week. Sorry. Jessica X does. Jessica does a weekly show. Jessica does a weekly show. And the other people that come on, one of them had, never mind. But yeah, it's not.
Tell
up
it.
In the air.
Damn it. Tell it. Tell him secrets, God damn it. So, well, look, this is the thing, right? Okay. You already, you and Lady Concrete already consider yourself part of the space. Now, depending on what your content is going to be down at the new channel, do you see yourselves, or should I say, do you see an attempt being made to push you out of the space due to some of the resistance to you purchasing the channel? Do you see people trying to push you out of the space? For that channel, I mean, the new channel, the new one.
No. I don't think they're, and it sounds horrible when you say it out loud. I just don't think it can happen, though. No, it's not. I doubt it.
I think curiosity will get the best of the naysayers, and they're going to come and see at some point.
Right.
Like I said, the space you wound up in depends on who's watching you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Very true.
It depends. Well, I would say, let me rephrase. It depends a lot on who's watching you, not just who's watching, but it depends a lot on who your viewers are. So.
Well, the channel is under new management, so of course it's going to be ran a new way. That's to be expected. Anyone who expects different is ridiculous and out of their mind. So y'all don't want to tell me whether or not it's going to be a round table or whatever, or interviews or whatever. Y'all don't want to spill none of the secrets. I guess I'm not working hard enough. But did both of you have like somewhat of a meeting with the contributors? Have you had that meeting with X, Y, and Z people who are going to be a part of the channel about the direction of the new channel? Has that happened already? Have you had that board meeting?
It has been a whole lot of meeting going on. It's been a lot of stuff going on in the background. So it's just been a lot of working parts. Everybody's meeting in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I think I want to see what's going on down there. I mean, I kind of got a bone to pick with the breakdown because number one, I've never been invited. Uh,
You
you
know
know,
what,
uh,
Teapot?
I've never been invited down there. You know, even if I'm going to say no, I at least want to be able to have the option to be like, nah, I ain't coming.
You know what? It's hilarious. I was like, Teapot. I think you came over there for about three shows. See, I be watching people, right? And I'd be like, Teapot don't even come to our show, and or Teapot used to come over here, and then I was like, maybe we got a little too ratchet for him and stuff. So I was like, damn,
Nah,
Teapot don't even
because
come over here no more.
I let the
No,
women
Teapot,
have their
I ain't
stuff.
done.
I
Teapot,
let
I
them
ain't done. I'm
go ahead.
telling.
Go ahead.
So I'd be like, then I come over here, and I'd be like, okay, so he'll have me come over here, and I'd be like a timekeeper and stuff or whatever. And then I'd be like, damn, I ain't got no rich in Teapot yet. So I don't say nothing, but I'd be like, damn, does Teapot? I don't know. And then I'd be like, should we invite him over there? And then I'd be like, if we invite him and he say no, like I get my, like I'm sensitive, right? And I know y'all can't tell that I'm sensitive. Like I'm real sensitive. And so, and then I got like a little abandonment issues and stuff. So when people tell me no, like it hurt my feelings when Curtin told me no. I was like, what? Whoa, what is this? So I'd be expecting everybody to say yes for whatever I ask. So I don't try to ask for much. So then when I do ask, it'll be like a yes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But see me, I let the girls have their stuff. I don't. You probably won't see me in females chat rooms. I don't watch a lot of female content creators. I think the new channel that you got, that's like one or two females channels that I'm subscribed to.
Oh
It's
wow.
it's you and Dr. Yaya. I mean, those are like the only two female channels that I'm subscribed to as of now. I let the women have their stuff, man. I stay away from the women channels. I don't watch them. I don't. When I do see women channels, it's because somebody done sent me a clip or something like that. I believe in letting the women have their stuff. Just let them go down there and say all the crazy stuff they want to say, and just let them have that. That's kind of my thing.
You know, I've been meaning to tell you about this for a while. I think is her name Princella.
Princella
Uh,
Clark. Yeah, she's a friend of
yes.
mine. Yeah, Princella Clark.
She's one of my Facebook friends, and I was actually trying to interview her at some point. I went back through some I saw some old videos, and I was like, oh, she know Teapot, and
Yeah,
because you don't really realize how small the world is, and I was like, wow,
yeah,
that's pretty neat though.
yeah. That's my folk right there, man. Yeah, man.
Good people.
I've been dealing with Lady Princella ever since I was in radio. A lot of these people that I know through radio. Back when I was in radio, they used to come on my show, and I talked to them through radio. So I've kind of integrated the Rolodex, into YouTube. But yeah, I can I can hit her up. I can hit her
Okay.
up. It's a little different for her now, because she's got a baby now.
Right,
So,
right, right.
her life is a little different. She was on my show a while back. I think it was not long after she had the baby. The baby's got to be like one or two or something now. But
Mm-hmm.
she came on like, but she had came on a short time before she had the baby, and then she came back on like right after, and we were
Yeah, I think
talking.
she's
So
gonna I think she's gonna do a relaunch after a while. So I'll probably catch her after she does a relaunch.
yeah, I'll put the word in for you. I'll put the word in for you. I don't have a
Thank you.
problem with that. I'll put the word in. But yeah. So I mean, I don't know how much time y'all got because I've been running my mouth for like an hour and 20 some odd minutes now. Y'all got a little time to take some questions or no?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, Negroes. If you have questions for my guest, y'all know what to do. You're gonna have to super chat them or cash app them, or I will not read them, Negroes. That's how we're doing it. So if you have questions, now's the time to shoot them up. If you don't have any questions, just sit there and shut up. That's all. Um, so do you have a problem with because you're going to be competing, right? You're going to be competing for audiences depending on what time you come on, right? What time of day or night you come on, you're going to be competing with, other guys, other women. Have you thought that out? Like the time slot, because all these time slots, there's a certain amount of competition that lies within them. Have you thought that out at all?
We've thought it out, but when I realized that we had the secret weapon, I was like, we got the secret weapon. And so they'll come. If you build it, they'll come.
Hmm. So you're not concerned with the competition at all?
Not at all.
Concerned.
They should be concerned about us, but.
Uh-oh.
Look at
Uh-oh,
you.
Negroes. Uh-oh, Negroes. So this is how I see it, right? I think that, of course, it was a good buy for you. It's an established channel that you can build upon. But a lot of people see it as, number one, a lot of the brothers see it as a bad move for Brother Ramil to have done it. Number two, they feel like you came in and pissed on the brothers by buying it. They think that it should have been sold to a man. It should have been sold to a brother who's known throughout the space, et cetera, et cetera.
It was sold to Curlin. Curlin gave it to me for a Christmas gift. It was sold to a man who was well known, the most protected man throughout the space. Everybody knows Curlin. I was just a middlewoman. I played my role. I was like, oh, babe, he was like the CEO pulling the strings. He's the wallet. I don't understand it. It was a gift. He bought it. It was sold to Curlin.
So you was my YouTube real estate agent?
Exactly. That's all it was. It was sold to a man.
It's hard for me to believe. I mean, maybe it's just the way I think, but me, when I found out about it, and I probably found out about it after everybody else, because my ass old and I ain't on YouTube like that all that much, because I spend more time during my streams on YouTube than any other time. And to me, I'm thinking to myself, I'm sitting back and I'm like, you know what? Goddamn, Brother Curlin and Lady Danielle planned this shit. They knew what the hell they was doing. This was some strategy shit that this was some strategy shit. Am I wrong there? Am I wrong? Did y'all kind of were you in the market for something like this? Maybe not necessarily Brother Ramil's channel per se, but were you in the market for something like this, Brother Curlin?
You mean like for a channel to purchase?
I don't know, a platform. Like were you scouting for a corporate takeover somewhere? Were you scouting?
Not necessarily, but you always keep your options open. You don't really shoot down any opportunities unless you have a purpose for it. So it's what it is.
With the purchase of the channel, like a whole idea was to start on one of the content creators' platform. When we saw when I half the channel was sold to Jessica X. When I hit Jessica X up and I was telling her about the sale of the channel, the concept was already in play. And it was like, hey, you see Ramil's channel for sale? And she's, no, Sister George, I don't know. And so she checked her email and she's like, I seen the email, Sister George. And I'm like, girl, we should buy the channel. Sister George, I don't know if he'll sell it to a woman. And I'm like, I don't know, girl. I got the email. Knowing Ramil, he'll sell it to anybody. And so it was like, then, I went to Curlin. Curlin was, no. And, I had to do that. So after a while, he gave me a budget and I go back to her and, I'm like, okay, well, Curlin gave me a certain amount of money that, he told me I had a certain amount of money I could spend. Do you think I should contact Ramil? Well, yeah, contact him, Sister George, see what he has to say. So I emailed Ramil. I asked him, was the channel still for sale? He told me yes. I started the negotiations off low. He hit me back with a number. I countered his offer. He said deal, and got with Jessica X, and the rest is history.
Mm. Well, let me ask you this. Do you, because a lot of brothers have said this too, that, females are now quote unquote taking over, the space. Is that your interpretation of this? That, you girls have taken it over.
Well, there are only three female channels that are recognized within the manosphere that are on the manosphere list. The breakdown being one, Jessica X being the other, and Crimson Cure, which is at the top. I think she's like the godmother of the manosphere. There are only three channels that have been recognized. So female channels that have been recognized. Until we hear something else, yeah, I'm not going to give anything away, but yeah, we're the only three female channels that have been recognized in the space. So with that, it's people you're familiar with. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when people say take over, because us black folks, we have so many different meanings for words, I mean, blue is red, red is blue, white is black, black is white, so, we have all these different meanings for words. So,
Right. I don't think it's a takeover whatsoever. Do I think we're going to have a good channel, a channel that's going to pop? Absolutely. Um, I do I think it's a takeover? No. Do I think we're going to be bigger than Kevin Samuels? Yes. I have to speak life into ourselves and into our channel. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm not looking to take over anything. I'm looking to do a good channel, to have some good content, to really do stuff for for the people that participate, you know?
mm,
You
yep.
know, that whole takeover thing is perception to me.
Hmm.
Like if if somebody runs down the street and yell fire and you don't see any flames, like, well, what exactly is that?
It's an imaginary fire.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Okay, so you see other content creators standing up their channels, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're quote unquote manosphere until manosphere participants go and start watching their stuff and they get pulled into the algorithm. You see how it's kind of like you get pulled into this basket of people and content, not necessarily by your own doing.
Well, I'll say this, and I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, you good, because I was at the end of my thought. So
Okay. BGS puts out a list, I think, every quarter with all the people in the manosphere that's supposed to be on that list. They put out this list every quarter. In that list, there's Jessica X, there's the Crimson Cure, there's also the breakdown. We're the only women, I believe, that's on that list. So, I thought that was the official manosphere list. The Crimson Cure, the magazine that they were participating in, that's where they got their list from. And so I thought that was the official list.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, YouTube is so crazy that
it is.
you can't even keep track of most of the shit that's going on here. If you try to, you will lose your damn mind.
Facts.
Yeah, you'll lose your mind. But here's an off-topic question: am I still the MC for the wedding thing? Am I still the MC? Am I still coming with my microphones and my equipment? Don't hire
Absolutely.
nobody else, damn it. I'm gonna do it for free, so don't spend your money.
Mm-mm.
Don't spend your money. I'm doing shit for free, and I'm gonna be
We
talking a
gonna
lot of
cut a
shit.
rug. Now we gonna cut a rug.
So look forward to that, y'all. Goddamn X gonna be on that stage talking shit. So look forward to that. But I don't want to keep y'all too long because it don't look like nobody's goddamn asking questions anyway. I just wanted to get some questions that I didn't get to ask. Because I did ask Lady Danielle quite a few questions when she was on. I'm glad that y'all came on because the night that Lady Danielle was on, Brother AJ was on, and they got
Oh man, poor
into a
AJ.
big verbal scuffle. They threw some verbal fisticuffs for about 40 minutes. So
You know
I
what,
was
Teapot? Let me do this because it was very very disrespectful. Curlin has been like Ike Turner, and he said Teapot is on. Get your ass over there and get on it. Go over there. And so I was like, okay, but you know my situation. Go over there. And so I went, and so I showed out just a smidge, but I do take my relationship with my husband very serious. Not that I have to get on here and defend everybody that has something to say, because you do have to realize some people are real, and I'm not talking about AJ in this regard at all, but when I see people coming for us, and then it's like people we've never really had a conversation with, we've never done anything to these people personally, and they always have something to say, or they'll show up to watch just to be an antagonist. It's like, now if I hit you back, I'd be wrong. And so I do want to apologize because you really just try to put on a show. I don't think you're about the drama and the BS. And so I owe you an apology, and I want to apologize to you for that because that was uncalled for.
Oh well, it's well received, but over here on the old T.P.O.T YouTube page, people have a tendency to act a damn fool from time to time. I mean, because this is also a debate channel, so Negroes come over here and debate, and they get loud, and I mean, I don't. It doesn't really bother me because it doesn't happen often. And I took some criticism because of that night. Oh, X, you should have stopped her. You should have saved AJ from her. First and first and foremost, I'm not in the business of defending grown men from women. Number one. Number two, brother AJ is perfectly capable of defending his own self. So yeah, so there is that. Because I'm not one to, I have my limits, when it comes to what females can do on my channel. And me personally, I don't think you exceeded those limits. I just don't see it that way. Because y'all get the tussling. I'm gonna let y'all go for a while. I'm gonna wait till y'all get tired, because see, it's easier to break y'all up when y'all tired. You never break up a fight when it first starts, because everybody's full of energy. You wait till they got a little tired, a little sweaty, and now you can just step in and separate them with a feather.
Now that's some
So
wisdom right there,
yeah,
Teapot.
yeah,
That's some
you
real
separate them
wisdom.
after they're tired. You don't try to jump in the middle of it as soon as they start. They full of energy and anger. Let them fight for a little while, and they breathing hard, and they panting, and they can barely move. You come right in and separate them with one finger, and that's kind of how I operate. Those of you who don't like it, just stop watching shit, because that's how I do things over here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. And thank you very much, Negroes. Um, so if so I'm assuming, y'all have this new channel, it ain't gonna be that kind of stuff, right? Are there people that you don't want around the new channel? Let me ask you that. Let me ask both of you that. Are there people that you don't want them there?
No, I have never thought about it like that. I mean, if you are showing up to watch somebody that you don't like, you still showed up. And so if you show up to watch somebody that you don't like and you say you don't like them, to me, that's kind of a lie. There are people that I don't, it's not like a love or hate thing, because I kind of feel like that's the same thing. There's indifference, there's love, and there's indifference, and that's the opposite of love, is indifference.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't care about someone. I just wouldn't show up. Nothing that they could cure cancer and it would not concern me. And it'd be, I'd go drink another cup of coffee, or I'd fix my husband a drink, or I'd fix my husband a sandwich. None of the sorts would concern me if there was somebody that I didn't like. Now, if I were, you know, interested in what they had to say, or I say I don't like them, but I show up every time they're somewhere, then I would say you do like me, or you do like something that I have to offer. You like my brand of shit talk, and so you show up and you care. And so I think that that's a great thing. I think that being that you showed up and you're showing support because I'm here. I love that and I appreciate that. I'm thankful for that, because what would I do if they didn't show up at all? What if they weren't here? Would I make it? Would life still go on if I didn't make it? I just think it's wonderful when people show up to see me and to hear everything that I have to say. I love it. I think it's wonderful. And even if you came to support, and I'm here, it's not like you have to be in the comments. You could always stay in the clouds and still show your support and hit the like button, and maybe even send some money. But it is what it is. But I'm thankful. I'm always appreciative of the support, because them supporting you is supporting me. That was real classy, right? Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So did you and brother Curlin, did y'all purchase all his videos and stuff too? Like, do you still have like all the videos, like the pump and dump track and all that kind of stuff? Y'all got all that too? Y'all bought all that?
We have some. We might even. I don't know. We have a few. We have a few.
There wasn't a whole lot that was still up. I want to say it was maybe 25-ish total.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know whether he cleaned house before he put the for sale sign up or what, but.
So are you the few that you have, are you gonna keep them? Are you gonna take them and maybe remix them, or is any of that gonna be going on?
You know what? I've been thinking about doing some reactions to his videos. I think a reaction by a group of people would be very, very, no, excuse me, would be very, very interesting. So I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that with the few videos that he gifted us with. I think that would be a good time.
Are you concerned with being compared, going forward? Are you concerned with being compared to what he did, whether it be with the quality, with the material? Or are you, are you concerned with people like, oh man, this isn't as good as Brother Ramil stuff? Are you concerned with that at all?
Not in the slightest. Ramil is his own brand. Our channel would be its own brand. I think we have the personalities for it. I don't think we have anybody with a weak personality at all involved in our channel. So I don't see any comparison. I think everybody has their own brand, which is what makes people stars. I think Ramil was a star in his own right. I think we're all stars in our own right. So
Yeah, I mean, look, let's face it. Ramil could come back like Machiavelli, and Castle would swarm to it.
right.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like I said earlier, full disclosure, I had actually hit, Brother Curling Up and you, Lady Danielle, before I hit up Brother Ramil. Like soon as I heard about it, I was trying to get the scoop, but I got out scooped by other people. So the first thing I did is I got on the phone, because I got Brother Ramil's phone number, and I called him. I was like, "Yo, man, you need to come through and talk about this young fella." And yeah, And he never tells me no. Me and brother Ramil, we all right. He never tells me no. Whenever I ask him to come on, he'll come. He's like, yeah, X, I'll come through. So that's how I ended up, having him on, on a Saturday. So, I was going to get in somehow. I was going to work my way into this here. When I first saw it, I was like, I got to work my way into this here somehow.
But think about it. You had Ramil and I on at the same time,
Yes.
and nobody was able to do that at all. So that's still something. That
Oh
was
yeah,
still it was still an exclusive that nobody else had, and you had so many people in the chat just watching and commenting and everything, and they were excited. They were really excited to see us.
Yeah, well, that was actually good. Notice when I saw you in the chat, I was like, Lady Danielle, come on here. So because I knew that no one had that where they had both of y'all on at the same time. So when I saw you, I was like, man, she got to come up here. But
Right. Plus, once you hit me up, I was like, we got to make it over to Brother X's before it's over.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to find time in the schedule, so.
Yeah, I appreciate, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all loyalty to T.P.O.T. I appreciate it. I appreciate the loyalty. Yeah, I just thought it was a good thing, man. And we got to hear some things that maybe other people, haven't heard already, besides the battle royale between Lady Danielle and Brother AJ, besides that. But, we got to hear some things that, maybe a few people didn't know, or maybe people hadn't heard yet, or, people didn't understand. So, I mean, I'm grateful for that. And it still goes down as an exclusive and probably one of the most watched videos of mine in quite some time. So there is that.
There is that.
Yeah, there is that. But yeah, I mean, but I appreciate y'all coming through. As always, I mean what I say about that MCing job. Don't hire nobody, goddamn it. I'm gonna come do it for free. I want my damn invitation too.
Whoa, we got you.
I'll get my invitation. Well, I'm gonna be pissed. Now I gotta make a clap. Now I gotta do something that I don't normally do. Make a clap. Make a clapback video. God damn it, these Negroes are supposed to have me there, y'all, and I see them on video with some other Negro up on that stage. Y'all know that was supposed to be me. God damn it. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man, coming through. Y'all know I only wish y'all, the best in all of your endeavors. Y'all know I mean that in all sincerity. And I still reserve the scoop on the nuptials, Negroes. So there is that. Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Brother Curlin, Lady Danielle, man. And I wish you luck. I mean, I don't pray for people's downfall, man. I wish you luck. I wish you all the success on your channel. You with the executive producer, sitting in the executive producer chair, Brother Curlin. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a success. And yeah, man, anytime y'all want to come through, and I meant what I said, God damn it. I'm kind of disgruntled that I've never been invited on the breakdown, but that's okay.
T-Pot, that's gonna change very soon. But T-Pot, now I told you I'm sensitive about the word no. you got to say if you don't want to. Oh, maybe next time, or we'll work it out. You got to play it off like that. You can't just be like I ain't coming over there.
But the breakdown is like, isn't that like a relationship channel? See, I don't do well on relationship channels, because I've been out of the league. I've been out the league for like 20 some odd years. My jersey been in the Raptors so long that it looked like an old raggedy moth-eaten curtain at this point. So
that means you got something to teach. You got some wisdom, yeah.
Wisdom and knowledge.
My jersey been up there a long time, boy.
You know what?
Look like a jersey
as
no
a
more.
matter of fact, I think I do want to do a show with just married men. And especially like married men in a red pill space. That would be a good one. T-Pot, please.
I would come through for that.
Yeah,
I would come through for that.
That would be a good show.
Yeah, I come
It
through
would
for
be a
that
really
kind
good
of
show.
stuff. When we talking about fatherhood or marriages or that kind of stuff. I don't have a problem with that. That kind of stuff. I don't really give relationship advice. Because I don't think I'm that good at it. I've been in a relationship with my wife over 2 decades, and it's about to be 2.1 decades that we've been married. We'd be on our
Wow,
21st anniversary.
congratulations.
Yeah, we'll be on our 21st anniversary in April. So,
Wow.
I mean, I'm probably not the best person to give relationship advice because all my shit is old. It's just, it would be advice from, like 2000. It's old shit.
Well,
That's from the
I'll say
90s.
this. Curlin and I did get married, and I'm older. I'm an older woman, that's gotten married. But I do think when people have been married for that long, there's always something to learn from other married people. So I don't take that for granted. I actually value people more so when they've been in relationships like that. I
Yeah.
value that a lot.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. So
Yeah. It's I guess it's she's still here. She ain't done packed up her shit and left yet. So I guess she like what's going on here. So, she's still here. She ain't packed the suitcase and bounced yet. So she's still here. So I guess, something's going on right. Got my fingers crossed. But uh
I'm
but
sure
once
you're doing something, Teapot.
yeah,
But
she ain't packed the
we
shit yet.
yeah, I mean, we aren't above taking advice and learning. We're never above learning from anybody. And if you've been able to do it that long and to have maintained it, you got to be doing something right. So
Yeah,
we
well,
we want a successful relationship as well.
it's probably more her than me because I know I'm a hard Negro to get along with, boy. I mean, she probably, better at it than me. But like I said, if you doing something like that, I'll come through. Absolutely, absolutely,
Okay,
I will
I'll
come
get
through.
that.
Just
I'll get that worked out. I'll get
yeah,
that worked
just
out.
just hit me up and I'll, if y'all, because I know y'all throw down in the daytime, right? Y'all
And
do daytime
usually,
stuff. So for me, if I'm gonna throw down with y'all in the daytime, it'll have to be like on the weekend.
gotcha,
Have to
gotcha,
be on the
gotcha, gotcha.
weekend if I'm gonna throw down with y'all, because
Okay.
unlike a lot of these people on YouTube, I actually work, for a living. So, that's just what I do. I work. So,
I
if it ain't at
understand the
yeah,
sentiment.
yeah, man. If it ain't, notice I only do this at night. I only do it at night, because during the day, even now, my season's kind of slow. I'm only working like 3-4 days a week, but it is weekdays. But Saturday and Sunday, the last couple of weeks, shoot, I sit around, drink beer, smoke cigars. That's what I do Saturday and Sunday. So, the
Nothing
week
wrong with it. You done
the
worked hard
weekends
enough. You deserve that much,
the weekends will be fine. I might have a couple of them Heinekens in me though. I'm just warning you now, so I'm gonna be extra truthful because I'm gonna
Teapot,
have I'm gonna have some of them Heinekens in my gut.
the same thing happened to me. We were at a Christmas party and yeah, it all went yeah, that went downhill.
Yeah, I'll be extra truthful, because a drunk person speaks a sober mind. So I'll
Ain't
be
that the truth?
ultra truthful, when I come through. But I will come through. You hit me up, I will come down there and chime in the best way I know how. All right.
Well, most definitely do that. I'm gonna get that in the works ASAP. So
Cool, cool.
be on the
Once
lookout for
again,
us.
I appreciate both of y'all, brother Curlin, brother. Damn, I almost said brother Danielle. Goddamn, boy, I'm about to get cussed out. Brother Curlin, lady Danielle. I appreciate both of y'all coming through, man, making time for this, man, and clearing some things up, answering my questions. And like I said, man, I look forward to y'all success, man, and I'll be looking for that invitation, lady Danielle.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me and for having us on your platform. That's is still a dope thing that we're able to be on your platform. So thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely, anytime.
Yeah, I don't come to a lot of places very often, so yeah, I appreciate the invitation.
Absolutely, brother Curly. You already know, man. Anytime, man. Anytime. You can come here without wife if you want to. I don't care.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
might.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
understand.
got that's. I got to get you to come here without wifey a time. I gotta get you. get your head, you know. Maybe I can, you know, maybe beat you in the head a little bit and get some more secrets if wifey ain't there, you know, tugging on your beard. She ain't there tugging on your beard. I might get some secrets out, you know. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I always have fun when y'all come through, man. And I'm looking for my damn invitation so I can do my MCing too. Goddamn it, I ain't forgot.
We got you. We got you.
All right, folks. Peace.
Good night.
Peace. Yeah, folks. Just got off the line with Brother Curlin, Lady Danielle. Yeah, got to talk about some stuff, man, that I didn't get to talk to her because I wanted to ask her some more questions the night that she came through, but you know, her and Brother AJ got the scuffling on the panel. Yeah, they got the scuffling. So, you know, that went on for a while and I fucking forgot some of the questions that I wanted to ask her, you know, after they had been, arguing and stuff, you know, which I just let happen. But yeah, you know, they got the scuffling. So I forgot some of the shit I wanted to ask her. And I was able to ask her some of those questions tonight. So yeah. And shout out to Brother Royston, who's been quite the supporter of the T.P.O.T YouTube page. Brother Royston, you know, when you drop coins on this platform, my brother, you get this. I appreciate you dropping your hard-earned coins on this platform. And also shout out to my brother Great Britain who just dropped money on this platform. I don't know. This man put so much money on this platform. I mean, I just don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say except thank you, my brother. He said, hanging out on the porch, watching deer sounds, exiting anyway. Looking forward to tomorrow's show on Disappearing Dads. As always, OG for the dog food. I appreciate you, brother Great Britain, man. You know I do, man. Brother Great Britain supports the hell out of the T.P.O.T YouTube page, man. He supports the hell out of this channel, y'all. Y'all just don't know. So he gonna get this every time. Uh-oh. A big coin drop on the platform. Yeah, man. Shout out to Brother Great Britain, man. I mean, he really, really supports this channel, man. He does. Like nobody's business, man. He does it effortlessly. Even though he knows that I take the shit and buy dog food and cigars with it, he still does it. He know I ain't gonna do nothing but spend his money up on cigars and dog food, and he still does it. Shout out to Brother Great Britain, man. And I see my man Terrence B down there. What's going on with you, man? Brother Terrence B. What's that you saying, man? He said he have to drop some stuff on my chest, and I have a few questions. Can we do a one-on-one? What, now? You want to come up? You might as well come up now, man. Get it over with. Get it over with. You know the email, Brother Terrence, don't you? You should. But if you don't, the email is properthought@yahoo.com. That's properthought, one word, no caps, at yahoo.com. I don't know if I'm gonna well, I guess if brothers want to come up and, you know, maybe say something about the interview, I guess that's all right. You know, if brothers want to come up and talk about it. If not, I'm just gonna shut it down after Brother Terrence come up. If he's gonna come up, that is. If he's gonna come through. Send me an email, Brother Terrence, if you want to come on here. Send me an email. If you want to come through, my brother. Because if not, I'm going to close it down. God damn it. Close it down. So what did y'all think about not just tonight, but the other interview that I did on Saturday, where I had Lady Danielle and Brother Ramil on at the same time? Like, what do y'all think, man? What's your thoughts, man? I want to know. What do y'all think? Y'all better let me know. But while we waiting for Terrence B to do whatever the hell he doing before he come his ass up here, I might as well go ahead and hit y'all in the head with T.P.O.T's programming notes. Yeah, we might as well do some programming notes. Get this over here. Bam. Yeah, because we got a couple shows coming up, man. I'm gonna stream tomorrow and Thursday. I actually had something planned for Friday too, but I had to scratch that because Friday is my birthday. Now, last year I actually did a stream on my birthday. I'm not doing it this year. Friday, my wife, she's taking me out, and we doing something. I don't know what we doing because she won't tell me. God damn it, it's a surprise. But Friday, my birthday, y'all. So I ain't gonna see you Negroes on Friday. Absolutely not. I ain't streaming this year on my birthday. I might do something Saturday. I got like a little almost a debate that's kind of working its way through the system. So we'll see for Saturday. Other than that, all we got is this here that I'm about to show y'all. Now, tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. That's going to be Thursday. Tomorrow, I'm doing a stream about the invisible black dad. And what I'm going to be talking about is we're going to be asking the questions. Tonight was a special edition of What About, but y'all know on What About, what we do is, we try to get at the secrets, man. We ask the questions, the secrets of us black folk, right? Tomorrow we're going to be asking the questions, man. What causes the father not to be there? Is it what people say that, black men just abandon their children? They just leave them. They just bounce. Or is it the men are driven away? Is it these women have these babies and then, they become so damn insufferable that the man just can't take it anymore. And he's willing to get the hell away from there, even though there's a kid there. So, we're gonna ask some questions, man. We're gonna pull up some stats, some birth rates about black folks. We're gonna say some things that's probably gonna hurt folks' feelings. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the invisible black dad, and we're gonna be trying to, we're gonna try to get down to it, man, and find out why, there is so much fatherlessness. Is it what we believe it is? So we're gonna look at it from the man's side, man. Because y'all know I did this stream, the other week about, mama's past. And I often say to people, don't be so quick to judge your old man because you don't know why him and your mom ain't together. Your mom might have just been, some chick for the night. She might have just been some chick he bent over, in the back of his 66 Olds. You don't know, and I tell brothers all the time, if you grew up without your father, man, before you hate the brother, if he's still alive, man, find that man and find out what happened. Find out why he wasn't around. Find out why he wasn't your father. The answers might surprise you. They might just surprise you what the man says. Because you don't know what your mama was doing 30 years ago, 40 years ago. You don't know. She might have screwed his brother. She might have did some other whole shit. You don't know. So yeah, we're gonna get into that tomorrow, man. The invisible black dad right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. You Negroes know. And then Thursday, Brother AJ will be here. And him and the one and only Big J Triple X will be squaring off in the digital squared circle. I don't even know what the hell they're debating. AJ said it's whatever Big J Triple X wants to debate. So I guess that's what it's going to be. Whatever, whatever they come up with, that's what we're going to be doing. So it goes down 9:30 right here on the T.P.O.T YouTube page. You Negroes know. All right. So that's what we got going down for the next couple of days. And I guess I'll see y'all Saturday. Because like I said, Friday's my birthday and I ain't going to be nowhere near this damn computer. Probably be drunk. Like I said, wifey, she taking me out. She ain't telling me what we doing. I guess there's something she got planned, but that's what I'm gonna be doing, Negroes. So y'all ain't gonna see my ass. But yeah. Let me see. Go ahead and send Brother Terrence the link. See what he got going on. Brother Terrence, he's been supporting me a long time too. He's been around me ever since. Goddamn, I had like 3 subscribers and shit. He been around me since I had 3 subscribers. Let's see what he's talking about. Check your email, Brother Terrence. Check your email. If you don't see it, check your spam. Check your email, Brother Terrence. Check your email, brother. Yeah. So I'm glad they came through, Brother Curlin. And damn, there go Brother Great Britain again. Hold up, y'all. I appreciate that $2 super chat. Brother Great Britain, he says, happy early birthday, OG, more dog food. I appreciate you, Brother Great Britain, man. I mean, I appreciate you, brother. You know you get this. Uh-oh. A big coin drop on the platform. I appreciate you, Brother Great Britain. You know I do, man. I told you he drops money on this channel. He know I'm gonna spend that shit on dog food and cigars. He's still doing it anyway. Brother Terrence, I see you down there, but it's saying that your stuff ain't connected, brother. Saying devices not connected, Brother Terrence. So maybe you're in a bad area. You might have to walk in the opposite direction or something. Appreciate that super chat, Brother Great Britain. Shit ain't connected, Brother Terrence. Yeah, I'm glad they came through, man, and chopped it up, man. And y'all hit that damn like button if you haven't already, if you forgot it on the way in. And I guess, what the hell? We'll go for a little while longer. It's only, like 20 after 11. If you want to come through, y'all know what to do. Email is properthought@yahoo.com. That's properthought, one word, no caps, at yahoo.com. If you wish to come through and talk your stuff. If you wish to come through and talk your stuff. And while you're at it, you Negroes, make sure you subscribe, man. Subscribe to this here channel, man. So you can witness all the good stuff, the bad stuff, and the foolish stuff. You'll never miss one episode by subscribing to this here channel. All right? Hit that damn like button. Hit that damn subscribe button. Go ahead, hit the bell as well. Let me see, Brother Terrence down there again. Device is still not connected, Brother Terrence. Still not connected, brother. Still not connected, Brother Terrence. I see you down there, but devices are not connected. I have to walk, walk down the driveway or something. You might have to take a walk down the driveway, Brother Terrence, or go to another room. Now he done fell all the way off. Yeah, and anybody else that want to come through, y'all know what to do, man. Hit the email, man. Come through, chop it up. We can talk for a little while. I'm going to see what Brother Terrence talking about. Then we probably just going to wrap it up. Hurry up, Brother Terrence. Boy, I get tired of sitting up here waiting on you, brother. Hurry up. Hurry up. I'm old, man. I'm going to be even older on Friday. So, us old guys, we don't have a lot of patience, man. Because we don't have a lot of time left on this earth. We don't have a lot of time left on this earth, man. So, can't keep us old fellas waiting but so long. But yeah, man, back at it. I think it was a good play on Brother Curlin and Lady Danielle's part, to buy a channel. Because think about it like this, right? Imagine starting a channel that already has 7,000-8,000 subscribers already. A lot of the work has already been done for you, right? Because even if you get on there and start doing your stuff and people don't like it, you're probably not going to lose that many subscribers. You're probably not. Because if they're subscribed still, they're going to get the alert, right? It's still going to come through their feed, right? Still going to come through. So you're still going to, you're still going to hit those people up, especially if they've rung, if they've tapped the bell, if they press the bell, guess what? When you go live, they're going to get alerted. They're going to get alerted because the channel's still under the same, it's still under the same algorithm. It's still under the same, I guess you would call it a hyperlink. It's still under that, right? So they're still going to get the alert. They're still going to get the notice, right? It's just going to come up as a different name. So I think a lot of people are going to go down there and check it out. Like I told Brother Curlin and Lady Danielle, I don't think it's going to be like this mass exodus, man. I really don't. They might lose maybe 500,000 people, but that shit going to get made up. That's going to get made up for the simple fact that she's already known on another platform. So, those folks, a lot of them, they're going to jump over there, right? So it's like a win. It is a win. It is a win. And not only that, the people who have left, I think those people are just going to integrate to other channels. I don't know whose channel, but I think they're going to integrate to other channels, and other channels are going to benefit. I can see other channels benefiting from that. So, it's not all bad news. I don't think it's all bad news. People have made it seem like, it's all this bad news, but I just don't see it that way. I don't think it's like this, this landslide of bad news. I don't. It's definitely not. It's definitely a win for them, because they got a channel that's already established. And it's also a win for the brothers who are going to benefit, from, those people who did leave. They're going to integrate over to the new channel. That's what's going to happen, But who y'all think is going to benefit from those channels? From those subscribers that did leave. Who do y'all believe is going to benefit from it? Who do you think is going to gain the benefit from it? Who do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do y'all know? Do y'all have an idea? This nonsense here. Have y'all noticed this lately? You see this name It looks like it's some type of Russian or Serbian name. Have y'all noticed that these things have been popping up in chat rooms lately? I know they've been popping up in mine, and I don't know what it's all about, but of course I'm going to block it. I'm going to block it. They've been popping up lately for some reason, and I don't know why. I don't know why, folks. Don't know why. Something stupid that's coming along the algorithm. But you know, it's all part of the deal when you're up here on YouTube. The Matrix. YouTube is the Matrix sometimes, man. It's the Matrix. And yeah, speaking of the Matrix, y'all know it's a new Matrix film out. You know, we talk about this red pill, blue pill stuff all the time, which comes directly from the Matrix. There's a new Matrix film out. I forgot what it's called. Matrix Resurrections or something like that. I think it hits theaters pretty soon in the next week or two. So, you know, you Matrix fans need to be checking it out, man. You know, but don't come to YouTube trying to do the shit that you saw on there, because y'all do realize that it's a movie, right? It is a movie. Just in case you didn't know, it's a damn movie. And I don't know what the hell happened to Brother Terrence, man. His battery must have went dead. His battery must have went dead. I'm going to wait a few minutes for you, Brother Terrence. And I'm going to close this shit out. I ain't got all night. I'm going to wait a few minutes, Brother Terrence. And then I'm leaving. I have to leave, Brother Terrence. And I know you got something on your mind. You usually do when you're in the chat room. I know something that happened, something that went wrong, something. So come on up here and testify so we can get on up out of here. Come on up here and testify. Come on. I know that's what you want to do. Come up here and testify. So let's hear it. Let's hear it, brother. But I don't know though, man. Y'all know I interviewed Brother Curlin and Lady Danielle when they first got married, right? And, you know, I didn't see it as a bad thing. Damn, that train, y'all. Y'all got to excuse the train. That shit's like literally right there. I think it's like a half a mile away, so it's loud as hell. But I didn't see that as a bad thing. I saw it as a great thing, because often up here, you know, there's always these discussions about, you know, people should be getting married and all this kind of stuff. And I know people gave them a degree of heat because those two got married. But I mean, often that's what we talk about up here. We talk about people getting married and getting together and starting families and all that kind of stuff. And then when, you know, we see someone do it, we have all these negative things to say. It's like it doesn't make sense sometimes, man. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You know, we live in the land of the opposites often, man, on this media shit, you know, because no one up here wants to be wrong about anything, even when they're dead wrong. Y'all know, you know, the last year or so or more, you know, you had people saying, you know, the pandemic was fake, even though people falling dead left and right. Then once it was proved that it wasn't, then they're like, oh, well, the only reason, instead of just saying, I was wrong about it. I mean, you had people up here last year, a year ago, saying, oh, man, Trump's going to win. He's going to win. I'm telling you, he's going to win. He freaking lost. And after he lost, everybody, well, the only reason why he lost is because, you know, the voting process was compromised. They said that Derek Chauvin The cop who killed George Floyd was going to get off. When he didn't get off, they was like, oh, well, the process was compromised. They said Rittenhouse was going to jail. He didn't go to jail. Oh, man, the only reason why is because the judge was compromised. They said to McMichaels, who killed Ahmaud Arbery, they said they were going to get off. They didn't. Oh, well, the jury was compromised. Instead of just saying, I was wrong. I was wrong. And it's crazy, man. I mean, I don't know why it's so hard for us as black people to say we were wrong. It's impossible for you to be right about everything. It's impossible, man. No one's right about everything. No one knows everything. And I think what often happens, especially up here, no one wants to think that they said something that they really believed and really thought was true, when it turns out the opposite of what they said, there's something wrong with the process that made them wrong. It wasn't their thought, their views, their prejudices, or their perception. That wasn't wrong. They were right. It's just that the process was wrong. That's why it turned out the opposite of what they said. If you can understand what I'm saying. Instead of admitting that they were wrong about something, they make it out to be the process was wrong. That's what we have. Sometimes, man, you got to admit you were wrong. It's healthy to admit, damn, man, I was wrong about that one. I called that one wrong. I predicted that one wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying that. There's nothing wrong with saying that you were wrong. I guess when people are wrong about something, they want to continue to think they were right. Therefore, let me say the process that I was making my prediction on was wrong. That's all. It was something in that process to make it turn out opposite of what I said it was going to be. It wasn't me that was wrong. The process was wrong. That's why it went the other way. But at the end of the day, you're still wrong about it, man. You're still wrong about it. You are. And that goes back to me saying that sometimes this shit is the Matrix. We get so caught up in the shit that's going on up here, man, that we think everything we say up here is right. Everything we say up here is life. This ain't your real life, man. It's not. This is not your real life. When this goddamn laptop closed, guess what? You got to deal with real people. You got to deal with real situations. You got to deal with real crises in your life, the real people in your life. You got to deal with all of that shit when you get up off of here. Brother Terrence, I see you down there, man, but your devices are still not connected, brother. Your devices are still not connected. You might have to refresh your browser or something. I don't know if you're using your phone or whatever, but you're still not connected, brother. But yeah, man, I mean, when you get off of here, man, you got to deal with real things. Life ain't a fucking YouTube stream, man. Life is no live stream. Just because it's live and it's a live stream doesn't mean it's your life. Doesn't mean that. I can't reach out and touch none of you Negroes right now. And you can't reach out and touch me. I can say anything up here. I can promise you anything up here. It ain't a damn thing you can do to hold me to it. Even if you go off and make 50 videos about me, it doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything. I could come right back tomorrow and do the exact same thing. And I think oftentimes, man, we lose sight of that, man. We lose sight of that shit up here sometimes, man. Shit, I've had to freaking, rethink myself from time to time about this crap. Because we get so heavily invested into it, man, that we actually think, this is really affecting something. That's why you have people coming up here talking about they're going to slap somebody, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. How you going to do it? How are you going to do it? How? You in California, this person in New York. You in Florida, this person in Canada. When's the opportunity coming? When? I'm just saying, man. I think sometimes, man, we got to reevaluate, man, this YouTube shit, man. YouTube is fun, man. I like doing it. I like being up here. I like chopping up with the brothers and all that kind of stuff, man. But I just can't let myself get to the point where I take it too seriously. YouTube is something that I do. It's not who I am, man. It's not. And I'm never going to let it be. And I've had this conversation with brothers. Where brothers, oh, man, you're this, you're that. No, the hell I'm not, man. I'm just a person with a camera, a microphone, a computer, and a freaking ideology, man. That's what I am. Nothing more. Nothing more. I have people who support me and listen to the crap that I say. That's it. Depending on who I have on here, I'll have a really, really good night. Some nights, not so much. But I do this because I like doing it. Not looking for fame or fortune. Really not. And those of you who are, I'm cool with that. I'll never tell you what to do on your page with your stuff, your mind, your visions, your aspirations. It's all on you, man. All on you. But what I will tell you is never expect me to take this too seriously. I can't. Because I don't want to lose myself in this crap. I see a lot of people lose themselves in this stuff, man. I see a lot of people lose themselves, man. They talk about this shit the same way women talk about soap operas. You know how women talk about soap operas like it's real life? Oh, did you see she married such and such? Oh, did you see such and such killed such and such? You know how women talk about, they talk about shows like that shit real life. You got people doing that shit on YouTube too. They talk about this shit like it's real life. Oh, did you see what such and such said? Did you see what? Knowing that most of the shit that goes on here does not affect them. It doesn't. Most of the people that's up here, you'll never meet. You'll never see in real life. The vast majority, the overwhelming majority of the people up here, you will never meet. You'll never meet them in real life, man. regardless of how much crap they talk to you, regardless of how much crap you talk to them, you will never meet them. They will never meet you. You will never see them out and about, walking around in your town. And chances are you won't be walking around in theirs. That's just the truth. There's people right in this state that I know listen to me. I'll never run into them. I'll never see them. They'll never run into me. They'll never see me. Yep, exactly, brother New. You hit the nail on the damn head, brother. As the world turns. General Hospital and shit. This shit is General Hospital. General Hospital. Shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy. We got somebody in here called Trump Chicken. You gay. Yep. Yep. Sure wham. And you gone. And you gone, Trump Chicken. You gone, Trump Chicken. So I'm talking about, man, you know, a lot of these people that come on here, man, this is the highlight of their day. It's the highlight of their day. Coming on here, typing. But they'll never hit that link and talk. Absolutely not. Because, you know, a lot of these people up here, man, they ain't got no conversation for nobody, man. They don't. Got no conversation for nobody. They're just sitting out there hiding behind their avatar, typing, looking to be entertained. It's what we got here, man. Let's not never forget that. Everybody on here ain't sane. Everybody on here isn't somebody with sense. Everybody on here ain't some winner. Especially when you're talking about the people who hang out in here. Hiding. They don't even want you to see who they are. They won't show themselves. They come into your chat room and talk shit about you, not realizing that they're watching you. You're not watching them. You don't even know who the hell they are. They're watching you. You're not watching them. Freaking Negroes have no sense of self whatsoever. Come to your channel and say all kinds of nonsense. Thinking they done scored a point. Meanwhile, there's some faceless nobody that you never even heard of. Never heard of them. But boy, they think they scored a point, boy, when they write in your chat room, boy. They done hurt your feelings. And boy, you know they really freaking upset about down here, right? Right? Because, see, they can't hit that dislike and see it register. You know, they done punched all kind of holes in the wall over that, right? They can't see that dislike register. They don't know what to do with themselves. Like I told y'all before, boy, they probably study hitting it, boy, study hitting it. Done punched a hole in their damn mouse. Don't know what's going on, boy. Can't believe that dislike ain't working. But what you gonna do, man? This is what you sign up for, man, when you do this. When you jump out of here, when you jump out of here, then come here, it's kind of what you're asking for. You're asking for this. You're asking to deal with these folks. You're asking to have these folks in your chat room. You're asking for people to say negative shit. You're asking for people to flag your channel, flag your videos. That's all part of it, man. It's all part of it. And see, me, I don't mind. Because to me, this is just YouTube, man. I've always said that for years. You can go back into my archives from years. I've always said the same shit. Just YouTube, man. This is YouTube. And no matter what Negroes say, you're never going to convince me to take it more serious than I do. No matter what you say, it's never going to happen. Absolutely not. I'm going to let you Negroes drive me crazy over this YouTube crap. You can take it as serious as you want. But when you come here, realize you're watching a Negro who don't take it that seriously. Do some serious conversations take place? Do people get to exchange ideas here? Yes. Absolutely they do. But to me, that's the extent of it. I mean, an exchange of ideas. That's the extent of it to me. Because real life continues when I close the laptop. Life don't start when I open it. When I close it, that's when life continues. But a lot of people, life continues for them, man, when they open it. When they open this laptop, that's when life begins. That's when life has meaning. That's when they feel like somebody. And that's fine. Don't ever try to get T.P.O.T caught up in that shit. Never gonna happen. Like I always say, if they launched a missile through YouTube tonight, that shit wouldn't even affect my bottom line at all. At all. I would just have to find something else to do. That's it. And I don't think that would be that hard. Not at this stage of the game. What's good, brother Deshaun? He said, hey, X, one can download the extension for Google Chrome and install the extensions to see the dislikes. Yeah, I know. Brother Keep It Techie had did a video on that. Like a week or two ago, I was watching him and he was talking about, there's an extension that you can download, to see the dislikes. That's what you want to do. If you must see your dislike register, if you must see it register, go ahead, download the extension so you can see when you dislike someone's video. But guess what? They won't be able to see it unless they have the extension, right? Because isn't that really why you hit the dislike button? You want them to see it. They won't be able to see it. So basically, you'll be doing it for yourself. See, me, I've never disliked the video. Never have. Since I've been on YouTube, I haven't disliked not one video. Because if I'm watching you and I don't like what you're doing, I just turn it off. What good is disliking it doing? What is that doing? It's not going to stop you from making the material you make. It's not going to stop you from making videos, is it? You don't even know who liked it or disliked it. So the dislike is there for the viewers for the most part. Dislike ain't there for the creator. That's so you can have that thought, oh, I disliked his video. I've never disliked a video. If I don't like what you're doing, I just don't watch your shit. Yeah, Brother Deshaun. I've never disliked a video. All the years I've been on this damn YouTube stuff, I've never disliked anybody's video, man. You know? You obviously trying to create a false narrative in your own mind, because if you're watching this person, I guess you do like them to a degree, right? Where you just come across their video just to dislike it. Or you just somebody who just roam these people's channels just to dislike it. You have to like the person or like some of the person's material to be watching in the first place. Who just runs around watching videos that they don't like. You'll sit there and watch a 2-hour live stream. You're 2 hours older just to hit the dislike afterwards. Unless you're one of those people who they hit the dislike before the stream even starts, right? Y'all see that, right? Where you know you have your thumbnail up and you ain't going to do the stream for another 2 days, but it already got a dislike on it. Like, what are you disliking? The thumbnail? At that point, you're just disliking the person, right? Because the stream hasn't even started yet. You're already disliking. Stream ain't coming on for another day or two, but you dislike. What goes through a person's mind when they do that kind of stuff, man? What goes through their minds when they're doing that? What makes them want to do that? Why do they do it? Is there something going on up here? Is there a problem? You make your way to a video. Because now think now. They probably won't see that thumbnail unless what? They are subscribed, right? So they subscribe to your channel. But they go to that thumbnail just to register that dislike, boy. You haven't spoken one word on the stream yet. Haven't brought on one guest. Nothing. They want to be able to dislike you. Dislike what you do. Dislike what you're about to do because you haven't done anything yet. If it's just a thumbnail, right? So they're disliking what you're about to do. Which says more about them than it does you. Me, I don't have a problem with you disliking a video, to be honest. Because somehow the likes and the dislikes, when they were showing, you know, the likes always outnumber them. I haven't had too many videos. I don't think I've had any videos where I had more dislikes than likes. So you disliking puts you in the minority. Puts you in the minority, man. But then again, man, you know, a lot of these people, man, who run around here and do this shit, man, these are the people that are so heavily invested in freaking YouTube, you know, because they think their goddamn YouTube channel is some type of goddamn community outreach. Yeah, this is community outreach for people. You can't tell them that they fucking channel ain't some fucking black folk community center. When in real life, they don't do shit for black people. You don't do shit for black people, man. These ain't people that's hiring black folks, looking out for black folks, helping black folks, giving black folks jobs, giving black folks a place to stay, a ride to the hospital, a hot meal. They ain't doing none of that shit. Most of them are not. But let them tell it. Their fucking YouTube page is like the NAACP. Their YouTube page is the fucking YMCA. Their YouTube page is a fucking homeless shelter. Their YouTube page is the fucking law library. Yeah, let them tell it. And motherfuckers on YouTube claim they know more than everybody else, too. Got motherfuckers arguing medicine with doctors, arguing science with scientists, arguing law with lawyers. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody is worthy of questioning. There is nobody that's above reproach in what they do. But all you people who like to argue medicine with doctors, when something go wrong with your ass, what you gonna do? You going to YouTube? Or better yet, if you need surgery, you gonna call a fucking plumber? Or you calling a doctor? You going to the hospital? And likewise, your ass get into a legal crisis, what you gonna do? Do a live stream with your boy who work at Walmart? Get legal advice from him? Or you gonna hire a lawyer? That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of that too. You done read a few articles, done read a book or two. Now they're a fucking doctor. They're a lawyer. They're a scientist. They done watched a few YouTube videos. Right? Shit, I'm a power mechanic. Mechanical engineer, been doing it for 30 years. I tell you what, read all the books you want, watch all the YouTube videos you want, put me in front of a turbine engine and put your ass in front of it and let's see who does better. That's all. That's all. Put me in front of a heavy piece of equipment that needs to be modified and put you in front of it. Let's see who does better. The person who's been doing it for 3 decades, or the person who's watched 6 months of YouTube videos. I will take that challenge in a minute. We can tape it so I can embarrass your black ass. Just like a doctor will embarrass your black ass in medicine. Just like a lawyer will embarrass your black ass in law. Just like a scientist will embarrass your black ass in science. But what the internet has done has allowed people to get away with thinking they know everything about everything, man. And we know that that's BS. For instance, you take said doctor. He's obviously very smart, very intelligent, a lot of schooling. Probably can tell you everything about the human body. But guess what? I wouldn't call a doctor if my AC break down. Why would I call a doctor if I got leaking pipes underneath my house? And likewise, if I got a tumor on my foot that needs to be removed, I'm not going to call a plumber or an electrician. If I need a house wired up, I'm not going to call a lawyer. I'm going to call an electrician. And likewise, if I find myself arrested, I'm not going to call a mechanic to come defend me in court. But boy, this media, boy, has allowed everybody to be an expert in everything. Everybody's an expert in everything. Everybody's a doctor. Everybody's a lawyer. Everybody's a scientist. It's the craziest of things. Brother Nick Taylor. He says, you mean that old mama wouldn't call a dentist if the boy in the basement start acting up, keeping her son weak at night? Yeah, right. Yeah, she ain't gonna call a doctor, goddammit. She ain't calling a doctor when the boiler break down. You know? Yeah, brother New. Shit. If I need a house wired up, I'm gonna call you. Not gonna call one of these Negroes on YouTube who get up here and talk about doing electrical work. I'm gonna call somebody that really does it. I'm not gonna call someone who just talks about doing it. I'm gonna call someone who really does it. But I say again, up here we're all experts, right? We're all experts in everything. We got a microphone. We got a camera. We got a fucking computer. That makes us all experts, especially if we've read a few articles about it and watched a few YouTube videos about it. That makes us all experts, brother New. A person who's never twisted wires together on speakers will be trying to tell you about electrical work, even though you do it every damn day. Yeah, they'll be trying to tell you about electrical work. They never touched a wire in their life. And they'll say, oh, just because you're an electrician don't mean you know everything about electrical work. Maybe not, but guess what he does know, you stupid Negro? More than you. More than you. It's crazy. But anyway, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all, man, coming through, man. You know, I appreciate the brothers hanging out, man. You could have spent your Tuesday night anywhere, but you decided to spend it here, man. And it is appreciated, man. I don't take you lightly, man. I never have, and I never will. Brother Nick Taylor says heavy-duty transportation and towing as well as accident scene reconstruction is my forte. Everything else, I'm winging it. Exactly, Brother Taylor. There's nothing wrong with not knowing something. And I think up here on media, man, we have been sucked into this vacuum where, you know, we have to take the stance that we know everything about everything, man. Shit, me, I'm a mechanical guy, man. I can take things apart and put them back together in my sleep. In my sleep. But guess what? If it's a hole in the roof of this damn house, guess what? I got to call a roofing guy, man. I'd be winging it fucking around up there. I'd be winging it fucking around up there. All guesswork. No knowledge base. All guesswork. That's just the truth. I know what I know. That's it. I know what I know. Shit, my wife's an esthetician. But guess what? You don't want me fucking around on your face just because I'm married to her. That's her specialty. I'll have your shit peeling and bleeding like a motherfucker. If you he'd be like, oh, well, you know, you're married to her. You gotta know something about it. Yeah. Lay your ass down in front of me and have me doing shit on your face. Your shit'll be peeling, bleeding. Should I be done fucking dissolve one of your eyes and the whole nine? You get up off of that table looking fucked up. And likewise, you don't want my wife working on your fucking $75,000 fucking John Deere tractor. Just because she's married to me. She'll have your shit on fire. You don't want her working on your shit. And she married to a motherfucker who do it daily. She will have your shit on fire. Because people know what they know. That's it. It's as simple as that. There's nothing wrong with not knowing everything. You want to know everything? Know everything about what you know, what you do, what you specialize in. Know everything about that. Doesn't that make more sense than trying to claim to know everything about all things? Because when you do that, you run the risk of being wrong a lot. And we all know Negroes hate saying, I was wrong about that. But anyway, man, once again, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. As always, man, I don't take y'all good folks lightly, man. I never have. I never will. I appreciate the super chats, man. But most importantly, man, I appreciate your participation over anything else, man. I say again, man, you could have been anywhere on a Tuesday night. You decided to be here. I thought Brother Terrence was going to come up. I don't know what the hell is going on with him. I guess he in a bad area or something. But, you know, shout out to Brother Curlin and Lady Danielle for taking the time out, man, to sit here, man, and talk to us, man. I say again, man, I wish them luck, man, you know, in their venture, man. And, you know, me and everybody else, man, we will be watching. I know we will. Even if we say we won't, we will be watching to see what they do with the newly acquired channel. Especially those of us who are still subscribed. Right. But anyway, I will leave you good folks with 3 words you know, like I always do. open your minds. Peace, folks. What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that?
Only from T.P.O.T. Media. Open your mind. 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 O your mind.